Welcome to our latest Rugged Advantage podcast. Today we are kicking off our Problem Solver series with our industrial team that supports oil and gas.
Hi, I'm Kathy Willett, Program Manager that supports the oil and gas.
Mike Flender, System Architect.
And I am Lindsay Palma. I am Business Development Manager for the Commercial and Industrial team.
Great. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. So let's kick it off a little bit with some trends that we've been seeing in the industry. So Lindsay, you've been attending a lot of trade shows, conferences. What have you been seeing and hearing?
Yeah, so there's a lot of buzz. I've seen everything to small form factor, larger rack mounted versus DIN rail. It kind of all depends. There are AI applications that are just exploding right now. A lot of people are pulling the security piece for a number of different measures. There's systems on vehicles, all kinds of different ways to log information and pull it back to home bases. So we are definitely diligently paying attention to what the industry is doing and how we can design our systems to meet those specific needs.
Great. And cybersecurity is probably one of the biggest trends that we've been hearing about. So Mike, how are we incorporating cybersecurity capabilities, features into what we do here at Crystal Group?
Yeah, so here at Crystal Group, we take cybersecurity very seriously, and we implement various building blocks to make sure that you can fully implement cybersecurity into your infrastructure. So, of course, including a TPM 2.0 module, including cryptographically signed firmware, secure boot capabilities, and drive encryption capabilities, secure firmware updates, being able to remote manage the system through an IPMI interface for remote software updates to stay compliant, but also deploying our systems as a cybersecurity solution also is a big piece of this. So a perfect example would be IPMI security camera footage. So our systems with an NVIDIA GPU included and certain software can monitor your IP camera footage in real time and alert if people are in the wrong area of your infrastructure or are in the wrong uniform, not wearing, your guys' branded clothing, different things like that. You can alert on several different things and have AI and ML do inferencing on the video footage in real time and alerting you in real time instead of trying to figure out what happened and what went wrong after an incident has happened.
In addition to cybersecurity applications, there's a lot of other things that our products can provide the industry. So Kathy, can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of our applications is the offshore. And when it comes to offshore applications, we range in supporting everything from rig monitoring, data collection, to closed circuit television and IP camera video storage, as Mike just mentioned. We also support the customer in blowout prevention and pressure control applications where it's mission critical and keep their personnel and their rig equipment safe. For offshore applications, the environment can be very taxing on the computer hardware for salt, fog, humidity, shock, and vibration. And what we do is we have ruggedization techniques that we use that help our systems survive in these harsh environments. This extends the lifetime of your equipment, and our customers are able to maximize their return on investment.
So as Kathy mentioned, for onshore use applications as well, we have to meet rugged requirements. These systems are not being deployed in cozy data centers. They have to meet extreme thermal environments where it's really hot or really cold, shock and vibration, that sort of thing. And so, for example, downhole applications where our systems are on a wireline truck and they're doing seismic activity to determine if a oil site is going to produce and what it's going to produce. Those are perfect examples of how we help the oil and gas industry maximize their return on investment and provide a system that doesn't fail and doesn't cost them money with downtime.
One of the things I will throw in there is the fracking truck that is a big key player in the oil and gas market as well. So a few things that we've done in the past is provided the hardware, but also provided a rugged display, because that way they can actually follow everything, Mike had mentioned earlier, real time. So they're following that real time on the truck with a rugged display that, again, is able to survive these extreme, nasty, dirty environments, which we have found that there are very few that are able to do that. So, a lot of different applications we've designed for a ton of different, I want to say programs within the oil and gas market. But again, what we're doing is making sure that there is, the cost of failure is always going to be high. So we're making sure that they know that we have their backs and that their systems are going to survive.
So you guys have all touched a little bit on these environmentals that our hardware is able to survive. So what other capabilities do we have in-house that they may not get from other providers?
Mm-hmm. So that's a great question, Jessica. One of the things that we do is, again, we identify on the front end what kind of system requirements is what I want to say that they're unable to find off the shelf. So we do manufacture much differently than some of the competition in the area. And what I mean by that is we find that folks are manufacturing at a very high volume but a low mix, and we're the complete opposite. So identifying their requirements and then designing what, Mike's role is designing the system to meet those. And again, Kathy had mentioned earlier, just making sure that it hits all of the buttons, right, that they need for wherever it's going. Environmentals, one of the things that we do in our factory, so we have over 111,000 square foot facility here in Iowa, where we engineer the units, we design and manufacture the units on our floor, and then we also test. So we have EMI testing, thermal testing, we have a shock and vibration table, we have a salt fog machine, we have all the things in house right next to compliance, so it's perfect. We test the units at 100% of their abilities before it even leaves our facility.
And so how do we, working with so many COTS components,
Sure.
starting from the ground up here, how do we mitigate if changes in requirements happen or the supply chain issues that we've been dealing with over the last few years?
Mm-hmm.
How do we help customers work through that?
So we offer configuration management, and part of that is keeping track of different components in your specific configuration and looking for parts that are going end of life or are going to have issues with supply chain procurability. And we'll either offer you a chance to do a last time buy of that component and store that for you, or we can recommend a form fit function equivalent replacement that will allow you to continue uninterrupted with minimal or no software changes and continue to procure that system and support your program.
So in addition to the configuration management that Mike was just talking about, what we do is we assign you a single top level part number in addition to that, and then that way you don't have to order a complete bill of materials, and it makes for ease of ordering your systems in the future.
Great, and we also stand behind all of our products with a standard warranty that's different from what you may hear in the industry. So Kathy, can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. In the rugged computer hardware space, most of the manufacturers have anywhere from a 2 to a 3 year warranty, and at Crystal, we back our product because we build them to last. So we put a 5-year warranty on all of our systems, and you have the ability to extend that warranty up to 15 years. So you have the confidence that our product is going to last. Now, if there ever is an issue, it's important probably to mention right now too, our tech services team is available 24/7, 365 days a year. Yeah.
So not only do we give the customer the exact piece of hardware that they need, but we will support them for 5, 10, 15, as long as they have this unit. And that's very different from what they'll potentially be hearing from our competitors.
Exactly. And when you call for support, you will get someone here at our facility in Iowa.
That's great. Well, we've covered a lot, but I'll open it up. Is there anything else that you guys want to mention as we close out on this podcast?
We're always wanting to learn more from different customers on, again, certain things that they're not able to find or design on their own, right? So that's our time to shine, and that's when we do our best work. Again, if anyone has questions that's listening out there in the world, visit our website, crystalrugged.com, and you will find our contact information with our faces right on there. So please reach out with any additional questions or comments. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Great. Thank you all for your time today. Until next time, we appreciate you listening to our Rugged Advantage podcast.